Hi, welcome to an episode of Just a Thought. And the past few days, I'm telling you, have been nothing short of eventful. It has been eventful. Some in a good way, some in a not so good way. And for myself, Saturday and Sunday, it's made me think of certain things with what's going on in this country and this world, and going out myself. I'm becoming more emboldened, enlightened, and it's got me thinking a lot about things, I'm not where I'm at, as far as in my job, as far as here, in this country where it needs to be better in both fronts. And the culture I'm living in, would it be in both? I work in this country, need to improve, and it's hard. And it's hard to sometimes be optimistic, to be positive, but anytime you feel that way, this is what we need. We need to go to this for any guidance and comfort, and and really, the leadership is lacking, and the leadership, and it's everything I didn't think was going to happen, but it is, and things need to change, and fast. Not fast, things need to improve. We need to look at ourselves and love one another, rely on one another, embrace one another, just encourage one another. It just really sets the tone, and it's, should be more about the people, and not the money, and not the power, and not the drive. And it's just really dismissive, and it hurts my heart more than anything. And Lord, and you gotta pray for the wisdom of the government to help them make the right decisions, and pray for the leadership. Just take a good look at themselves in the mirror, and just decide, what is good for this country, and this isn't it. And I like that we're coming together as a community, and in unity. I like to see that, and it shouldn't have to take people dying to do it, but that's like what I see. That's what I'm liking when I see, that should be what should always be about. Country, democracy, strength, love, fortitude, and that should be with that in our communities, in our jobs, in our families, in our relationships, everything. With that should be with mine. That's makes me sad, and sometimes it makes me dread. And it's never, and it should all be about love. That's what it should be. It was all about love. And I was a little upset last night, and I just really don't. Yesterday, to be quite honest, and I was upset last night, and thank the Lord for my friends, my family, and for their support and their love, support and encouragement in their prayers. And I just want one thing to want you to know, and that love, if you think, have a conversation now with yourself, with your others, your family, and your friends about what's going on, what you're doing in your lives, just like what we can do to make things better, not for selfish gain, but for our lives, for this country, for this world, it's what we want to make it better, I'll keep harping on it. I'll keep saying it. It's really, we need to hold each other accountable, with our jobs, with our families, with this country. Everything needs to happen and needs to go in the right direction. But I am positive and hopeful and very reminded that things will get better and not be so cold. And yeah, and really that needs to change. So, and ending on that note, there's this verse that comes to mind that thankfully I got to see from one of my books, and it says, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Love overcomes all. And this is from 1 Peter 4:8. And love overcomes all. So, and if you like this episode, and if you missed any previous episodes, check it out on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, because I really love to hear what you have to say about this one. And I want to try and engage more with people, to see what they think about my episodes, about what's going on in this world. I would love to hear from you. I would love to have a conversation with you. And have a great rest of your day. Peace and love.